say playing the cello. It's a gift that it comes naturally to me.
We decided to bite the bullet and see if we would get accepted to Juilliard.
I asked my mom voice lessons at age 7. She totally ignored it. She didn't even think I could sing.
I speak so many languages I can't even remember.
Matthew was such a premature baby. He's blind.
So we recognized that he had a gift.
Tonight on Young Marvels.
I really love opera. I love everything about it.
There's nothing that I would really want to be doing besides dance. Dance kind of takes over my life.
I'm a ballet dancer at American Ballet Theater's Young Dancer School, but it was really crazy moving to New York.
I really love opera. It's like one big fairy tale.
I don't want to fall or forget my steps.
You know, you don't have to do this.
I can't picture my life without playing the cello.
I'm 8 years old and I speak 8 languages.
My plan is to become a famous singer.
My life is ballroom dancing. I will do everything to win.
Matthew is a musician who happens to be blind, not a blind musician.
If you don't push yourself like crazy, then you're not gonna go anywhere.
Okay, you have your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Really good. Can we try a little bit more heavier sound with your arm weight?
People from around the world apply to get into the Juilliard pre-college program, and only a select few get accepted for an audition.
Can you make sure you're not pressing? Can you just let the arm fall and then just make sure you pull it out to the side? Can we try once more? I first met him 2 years ago when he was 10. At the beginning, I felt like he was a very normal boy, but the minute he picked up his cello, the focus that he has is tremendous, and he turns into almost like a middle-aged man that just expresses the way he wants.
This was not our intention. I wanted to introduce music to my kids, and I wanted my kids to be not a musician, but a musician, to enjoy
Appreciate
music.
it. The night is not over yet. I'm waiting now for Charlie to come down and head home after a long day. He still has homework that he needs to get done. And a lot of times Charlie goes to bed on the later side because he has a lot more responsibilities.
I just really love dancing because whenever I'm dancing, I don't really have to think about anything else.
Sophia's a dancer, and she's really good at hip-hop and jazz funk. When Sophia was about 6, she was finally old enough in the summer to attend summer camps. And I was putting her in soccer camp and art camp and whatever camp I could think of to keep her busy because she has so much energy. And I put her in a local dance camp thinking it would be one other thing that we would try that summer.
When I came out, I was like, okay, I really like dance. That's like what I want to do. Now I'm a dancer.
She loved the performing, she loved the classes, she got to do hip-hop and jazz and ballet. And every teacher said, she's really good. She's better than the other kids in the class. Or, you know, she really stands out. She loves this. And I thought, okay, so she'll dance. I didn't have any idea that it would become what it is now. Bye. We'll text when we leave LA.
Okay.
Bye, Charlie. So in 7th grade, she joined a competition team. Then it was, well, we could just drive to classes in LA. And then going to LA just ramped it up.
Top, pull, back, right, pull, up.
I'm taking classes with professional dancers, so they're really challenging classes, but that just helps me be a better dancer being around them.
Millennium is one of the most famous dance theaters in the world because all the stars train here. Most of the teachers here are the choreographers for like Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson. So if you want to dance for those artists, you're going to come and take class from the teachers who teach those artists. So this is the mecca of the Los Angeles dance industry.
I learn a lot during every class, and those are the people that are in the dancing industry. So if you get used to dancing with them, then you're more likely to succeed in the industry.
All right, so what else besides the French do you have to do?
I have to study for math and English, and then I'm gonna work on my independent PE paper. My life outside of dancing is pretty much just school.
It is a lot to get in the car 3, 4, 5 times a week and drive to LA. I think, why do I do it? Because she loves it. And I figure she's gonna graduate from high school and she's gonna move to LA or she'll move somewhere and I won't have time with her. And so it's gonna choke me out.
My name is Duncan, and I'm a ballet dancer at JKO, which is American Ballet Theater's Young Dancer School. Can't really picture my life without dance. I come from a big family of dancers because my dad, my mom, my sister, and I are all dancers. I was like 7 years old, and it was really fun and kind of exciting. And then it started getting really serious and hard, and I really liked that about it because there's a real challenge and competition that's fun.
Well, we had no idea how serious it. We thought we were signing him up for a little gymnastics class, and he loved it. That lit the fire, I think, in his soul for dancing.
Dancing actually gives you an adrenaline rush that feels really good and makes you want to do more and work harder.
ABT, it's one of the best companies in the world. It's really rigorous and intense.
We required such an incredible discipline in our art form of dance. Normally, the students come every day, Monday to Friday, and 2 to 3 hours every day.
So we moved to New York because Duncan was accepted into the JKO pre-professional program at American Ballet Theater. And Dad's job is in Vermont, so we left Dad in Vermont, which was hard.
Duncan, come say hello to your sister.
I talked to Daddy earlier. He's really tired of being on his lonesome without the rest of us, so.
Poor guy. It's really stressful, first of all, because all these things were changing, to say goodbye to everyone, get all my stuff to New York, and just everything was a big whirlwind. Being a part of ABT and being in New York is definitely a sacrifice, and it's a huge one, but hopefully it's enough to put me where I need to be.
Coming up.
Clark went to his first opera when he was 2 years old.
My mom told me I sang before I could walk or talk. It's always been something that defines me.
He was probably 7, 8 months old when he started singing and saying first syllables and then words. You could sing a song to him a couple of times. He would know half the song. You sing with him another 2 times, he would learn it by heart.
I teach her French. I'm her voice teacher. I'm her piano teacher. I'm her official classroom teacher.
Daddy is cool, and you have to do this well, and you have to do that well. You have to do this well. And Daddy, if I don't do something well, he'll say, okay, then next time. I sang since I was little. My mom told me I sang before I could walk or talk. It's always been something that defines me.
He was probably 7, 8 months old when he started singing and saying first syllables and then words. You could sing a song to him a couple of times. He would know half the song. You sing with him another 2 times, he would learn it by heart. I had very good music teachers in Russia, in my college. So I grew up in the world of art myself. For me, it was very important to raise my kids with this kind of interest. Clark went to his first opera when he was 2 years old.
So if you look back at the early lives of people that we now recognize as geniuses, like Mozart or Beethoven, in their very early life, age 3, 4, 5, the people around them could recognize that they had extraordinary ability, far exceeding the ability of much older people who were accomplished in those professions.
When he sees a lot of people in front of him, he turns on this charisma button, and the energy that he gets from people around him gets him going, so he gives out more and more and more.
Good. Every lesson, every rehearsal, he is discovering for himself about what he could do. A little bit. And he's surprising me with new abilities.
Singing is his life. I can't imagine Clark without singing. He sings everywhere, in the shower, he walks around, he's in the car, he's always singing, he's always listening to music. Music is part of him. It's in his blood.
I really love opera. I love everything about it. There's nothing like it. It's like one big fairy tale. The biggest goal for my singing career is to sing in La Scala and Metropolitan Opera.
Dis-moi les faits les plus importants.
OK. Pinocchio est accouché droit dans les bras de policier. My mom teaches me French, and my dad teaches me Creole. Et on joue comme ça, Jean l'esprit vient compte encore.
I teach her French, but then I teach her different things. I'm her voice teacher. I'm her piano teacher. I'm her official classroom teacher.
I think these children do feel a lot of pressure because usually the parent, one parent, it's typically the mother, is practically fused with the child. And you can't tell where the child ends off and the mother begins. The mother has it all figured out exactly what the practice regimen is going to be. Everything is planned. And, you know, I think when children are very young, they're compliant. But after a while, you might find children rebelling.
You tell mom she's old.
Yep. What? I'm not old.
Yes, you are. You're 49.
Oh my God, that's the worst thing to do, telling your kids your age. I couldn't have a child. That's what the doctors told me. So I had her late.
That's very old, Babu, right?
Look who's talking. Look who's talking.
He's not that old.
But he's so much older than me.
Just 8 years older.
Not 8 years, 7.
7 years. Her favorite class is Creole, because she's Daddy's little girl. You know, trust me, Daddy is the love of her life. Mabou, you're always on your dad's side.
Because Daddy is cool, and you have to do this well, and you have to do that well, you have to do this well. And Daddy, if I don't do something well, he'll say, okay, then next time. Coming up,
I switched to this school a year ago. The school that I went before here was horrible. The kids made fun of me a lot. They would call me different names, and it made me really, really depressed. I mean, really, really depressed because I had no friends at all.
1 and a 2 and a here. We gotta go about 5 more notches for it to be brilliant. Right now, it's just okay.
I think it's very important that we develop his talent and sort of stay on him to learn Braille music, develop a strong piano technique because he is so very able.
Okay, unless you do it at home, Matthew, we need like the whole lesson time to read Braille, you know? You got to work on it at home, okay?
So just play it again, but do it legato, Maya, like it should be.
My mom says, work hard now, play hard later. Even if I don't want to practice, she wants me to practice because she knows that I am going to become somebody great.
I would say it's 70-30. I would say 70% her and 30% me. I'll pick you up regular time for school. Have a good day. Bye. Bye. Look alive.
I switched to this school a year ago. The school that I went before here was horrible. It was just horrible. The kids were kind of mean. They made fun of me a lot. They would call me different names. And it made me really, really depressed. I mean, really, really depressed because I had no friends at all. When I switched over here, the kids were nice, the teachers were nice, and my grades got better. I'm in 7th grade. This is a big grade for me. This determines where I go to high school. It also determines my college. I can't mess it up. Sometimes it's hard because I have music, but I always have to sit some stuff aside to do my homework. My mom was like, sit that down. I'm like, no, I need to do my homework because education is so important to me. What if one day my voice goes bad or something? I may have something to lean on, so I have to get my education. If I want to go where I want to go, I'm going to have to lose sleep, which I hate. But if you want to get where you want to go, you're going to have to work, so.
Music's in Matthew's blood. That's the happiest time in his life while he's playing.
When he first was born, because he was so premature, he didn't speak. So he learned only a few signs in order to communicate, like eat, cookie, and music, because he always wanted to hear music. I remember when Matt was born, my daughter was in 2nd grade, and she came home one day with a recorder. Every time she would blow on it, he would smile. And she kept doing it over and over, and every time she did it, it was like somebody was telling him, you know, a joke or something. I know that it's something that came from God because we really can't explain it.
It didn't really come from us.
See, it was what I've done.
One time somebody asked him how he imagines the people in New York walking, and he said everybody's walking around with a smile.
And that's tough for us because we don't want to change his personality, but we have to also help him understand that everybody's not going to be your friend. There's going to be somebody that's going to kick your cane. There's going to be somebody that's going to not hold the door for you when you come through. So we're trying to help him with reality, but not break his spirit too. One of our largest concerns is that where will Matthew be academically? Because that's important to us too.
Open up to page 99.
We know that he's going to be a great musician because that's what he wants, that's his drive, that's his inner drive. But we also want to make sure he can add, subtract, multiply, you know, read and write.
And it's not just about music, it's about you know, education. It's because of his disability too, helping him have the correct skills that would help him to be independent.
Those are the things that are important to us because what will happen if one day, God forbid, one of us or both of us are not around anymore? There's nobody there to help him. What if he can't play anymore? What if something happens to his hands? You know, then what is he going to do? So our biggest concern is making sure that Matthew can survive without us when we're not here.
Matthew goes to the Lighthouse every Saturday, and it's all for blind and visually impaired students.
Okay, look at measure 11. So good. Let's see.
Third octave.
Mm-hmm. This is what happens when we get to braille. Here come the yawns. All right, keep reading. Go faster, though, Matthew.
He also learns how to read braille music, too, which is very important because we want him to know how to read the music, not just play it.
I think it's very important that we develop his talent and sort of stay on him to learn braille music, develop a strong piano technique because he is so very able.
Okay, unless you do it at home, Matthew, we need like the whole lesson time to read braille, you know? You got to work on it at home, okay? Take it one more time from the beginning. I just made it 2 notches faster. 1 and a 2 and a here.
I think I have to be tough with Matthew. I think if I allowed him just to play by ear and not to use braille, I think I would be doing him a disservice. I think I have to foster his talent. I have to push him.
All right, good.
Next time on Young Marvels.
I'm invested in her, and I want her to know that I want her to be a kid, not to like run past her childhood.
She, for the last year, has asked me if she could do homeschool. I think she'd miss out on the social aspect.
I do give up a lot of other opportunities, such as hanging out with friends, but my singing comes first.
Charles is more my serious side when I play the cello. Sometimes I want to be the class clown.
3, 4, and 1. I explained him, you are only 8 years old, but we cannot spend the time for playing or lazy time.